All right, so let's get into it, man. I wanted to touch on some current events real quick. What do you think about the situation with Irv Gotti and Fat Joe, and Irv saying that he no longer believes that Fat Joe is his brother because Joe called him a sucker?
I only know sketchy about their actual relationship. I can only pick up as to where, Irv Gotti fell victim to the title Drink Champs. He was saucy. And we know what happens when you're on Drink Champs and you saucy and you're trying to keep it a Google. And he might have shared a little more than we all appreciated about an intimate relationship with one of the queens, if not princesses, of hip hop and R&B.
Right.
We all felt that way. And then Fat Joe came out of nowhere doing a reaction, being extremely disrespectful to Irv Gotti, one of the legendary CEOs, staples of hip hop. He took it extremely personal. And from what I can take, from according to Fat Joe, he jumped out his body, called him a sucker, did all that weak shit over some dick and pussy that didn't involve him, threw on his cape. And then when he encountered the man in the flesh, he kissed him on his forehead and kissed his ass and broke it down and preferably, if I said that correctly, ducked his sick, like New York niggas say. He ducked the nigga. What does that stand for? To be comfortable and wherever you are on a microphone and the camera to say, yo, Irv's a sucker. He's a sucker. And then when you see him, you duck his sick. I mean, what kind of mathematics is that, bro? Who can equate that to be a real one? If you jumped out there to get in another cat, obviously Irv in his feelings. He loaded. He on Drink Champs. He's talking about an intimate situation. He talked too much. Okay, it's none of our business. But you felt personal enough to insert yourself, call him a sucker based on your sister, who bumps into the guy and then breaks it down immediately and gets affectionate and starts expressing love. How is that a real one in any form or fashion? I could see if you wasn't gonna press the gas pedal and allow him to be the aggressor. You didn't even allow to check his energy. You immediately broke it down and, according to you, got on your knees and rendered energy of humility and sacrifice. And you's a sucker, man. Go ahead, my bad. You the sucker that you call Irv Gotti, my nigga.
Yo, but you know the way that Irv responded to that, he said that they saw each other, but they didn't really have words or anything like that. So he didn't really approve of what Joe said in his story, though.
But they were, and I've had a similar experience with Fat Joe Ho, recounting experiences that we both personally witnessed. So I can relate to Irv Gotti in the sense that, as well, though, from what I can take, they were at a wedding or something similar, right?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact details.
But it was something elite in nature.
Right.
So you basically utilized that buffer to spark any level of communication with me that you knew I did not intend to tolerate, because you knew I have too much class to fuck off this event. And then you ran off and reported it like, oh, we cool because I kissed his ass in front of everybody when I knew he wasn't going to fuck off the event by speaking his mind. I bullied him into accepting my humble apology after I called him out his name on a platform and everybody saw it. That's sucker shit. Shout out to Inglewood Muggs.
Man, my thing is, like, when your brother is wrong, you should tell your brother he's wrong, right? Because you care about him but to do it on a public platform when the whole world is already on his helmet, because after Drink Champs, everybody was already on Irv's helmet. Like, they was getting at him saying, like, how could you say this shit about Ashanti?
I'm not even trying. You see, I never said anything to try to say that was cool. But at this point, even though we all may not appreciate what he did, that's between he and Ashanti and everyone who took the time to publicly speak on it. If you put yourself in it as a sister of her via the culture, experience, personal experience, relationships, whatever, if you chose to insert yourself in that scenario, that's between you, Ashanti, and Fat Ho. So Irv Gotti reacted and responded like you say, any real one would. If you really my bro to the point where you felt personally affected by that, you immediately supposed to hit the hotline.
Right, exactly.
What's happening, bro? I think you owe her a public apology. If you can't give her that, then I might have to say something. That's how you handle that. You don't go chase clout and say some old shit that don't even require you to face any consequence on a platform. Oh, you a sucker. And then when you see me at a very elite upper echelon event, you take away my natural inclination to react by approaching me so humble. I know you a buster. I know you a bitch. And then I probably would have kept that under my hat. But then you go report it to the internet as if it was an event that manifests honor and respect, when that was everything but that now. For when I see your content and you tell me how Irv Gotti actually feels about it, I see it wasn't even how he tried to like present it.
Yeah, man. Like, I definitely think that like Irv deserved that call to tell him, like, yo, you wrong. You shouldn't have done that. And then even after that, if you want to go on live and you want to say something, then you can say, I spoke to Irv. I told him that I didn't agree with what he did. But to go immediately and say he's a sucker, especially when you know he's having a hard time already because everybody's on his helmet. Like, can you imagine if you really cool with somebody and you wake up one day and you see them blasting you on social media, you didn't even know there was an issue?
But look what it's over. And we all know from the culture, you being your ethnic background, mine, him being his opposite. We're three opposites. As much as he want to be one of us, the three of us are opposites culturally. We all know what he did is sucker shit. That's a sucker. You don't have nothing to do with what they did in the bedroom. So if Irv overspoke, we in a time where information is disseminated at an extremely rapid rate from all type of personal experiences from all type of celebrities. If Irv wanted to tell on his bedroom, whether we agree with him or not, that's his private, personal decision. For this dude to get so invested that he would disrespect another man and get involved, that's the sucker shit.